Broadcasting live from the True Crime Today studios to the world. This is Murder in the Morning with Tony Bruschi and Stacey Cole.
From the Hit Killers Podcast, Murder in the Morning.
Let's talk Diddy.
It's only been a couple weeks since we've talked about him.
Just a couple. Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see where this all goes. He's now moving to dismiss RICO and sex trafficking, one of the RICO and sex trafficking lawsuits against him, and saying it's baseless media hype. Sean Diddy Combs vigorously fighting that. It was made by his former employee and producer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, claiming that the suit's true purpose is to generate media hype and exploit it to extract a settlement. In a motion filed Monday in Manhattan federal court, Diddy's legal team sought to dismiss the case, arguing that the claims are filled with legally meaningless allegations and blatant falsehoods. Jones, a music producer who worked on Diddy's recent album, first filed a lawsuit in February, alleging that Diddy and several others were part of a RICO enterprise involved in the distribution of drugs, firearms, sex workers, including minors. The complaint also accused Diddy of sex trafficking and sexual assault, with Jones alleging he was subjected to constant unsolicited groping and that Diddy attempted to groom him into participating in sexual acts with others, including actor Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, boy.
Cuba, how could you? The suit, which seeks $30 million in damages, was amended in March, coinciding with federal raids on two of Diddy's homes reportedly connected to a sex trafficking investigation. At that time, it was the fifth lawsuit alleging sexual misconduct following a high-profile case in November when Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie accused him of rape and physical abuse, a case that was settled soon after. And we all saw the video that, he was saying, oh, it's all lies, it's all fake, this is not anything. And then, well, the video pretty much demonstrates exactly what was in that lawsuit.
And then the wonderful apology that followed, the sort of half-assed apology that followed.
Yeah, where he's not asking for forgiveness, but he's spent a little more time with the big J and not J-Lo, Jesus. And he's, he's working in his recovery, according to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you don't recover from being a shitty human being. It's just, a rapist, a sex trafficker. You have the ability to do that shit on any level. There's not a lot that's going to fix you. I don't think there's not a lot of rehabilitating somebody like that. Diddy's legal team argued against each of Jones's claims in their motion to dismiss, labeling the lawsuit as Jones' third attempt to dress up a run-of-the-mill commercial disagreement with a salacious RICO conspiracy. The motion criticized the nearly 100-page document, complained for being filled with countless tall tales, shameless celebrity name drops, and irrelevant images, while failing to sustain a single viable claim against Diddy or his associates. Jones' second amended complaint is his third attempt to dress up a run-of-the-mill commercial disagreement as a salacious RICO conspiracy, the motion states, running to nearly 100 pages. It includes all of those things. The jury's credibility is further questioned by Diddy's attorneys, who allege that Jones is exploiting the legal process for his own gain. The motion to dismiss highlights as a video Jones posted on social media, X, where he appears to mock the lawsuit despite claiming severe emotional distress. In the video, Jones demands, "Pay me that money by Monday," and warns, "I'm from Chicago, and we don't play about our business."
Okay. Wow.
Diddy's attorneys also pointed that Jones' lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, from X, has a history of filing cases in federal court to generate media attention and pressure defendants into settling. They noted that Blackburn was recently referred to a court grievance committee for his behavior. And so there's a part of this one, and I don't know if it's just that Lil Rod picked the wrong attorney and legitimately does have something going on here, or what. it is or if it's a conspiracy on this one to just kind of shake him down because he's already, pretty down, and maybe they saw that coming. I don't know. Obviously that's where it should hopefully end up in court. This is what I believe Diddy's attorney said. Mr. Jones is nothing more than a con man, shamelessly looking for an easy and wholly undeserved payday, said Diddy's attorney Sean Hawley in a statement. We have indisputable, incontrovertible proof that his claims are complete fabrications. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, and Mr. Blackburn has refused to return our calls. We look forward to addressing these ridiculous claims in court and intend to take all appropriate action against all who are attempting to peddle them. I don't know if he said it like that or not.
It's fun to imagine.
I was telesing it.
Yes, you were.
I'm going to turn his name into a verb when you overact too much. He's telesing it. Can we get that?
I think that's great.
Can we get that started?
Yeah, I think that'll work.
To tell us someone. I'm just going to start saying that shit like around Harper, because she says all sorts of weird things that I don't know what the fuck they mean. I'm just going to be like, you tell us it. What does that mean?
What?
What do you mean you don't know what that means?
I think that's great.
And then I'll have the same response she does to me, just like that, where it's like, what does that mean? Dad, you're so old.
You're old. Oh, boy.
You're going to tell us it. Yeah, I like that.
Nice.
In response, Blackburn described the motion to dismiss as nothing more than a billing exercise by Sean Combs' latest set of lawyers. He dismissed Diddy's legal maneuvers as an attempt to delay the inevitable, saying it is a weak attempt to fill their pockets before he's indicted, and they decided to haul ass, just like his 5 previous lawyers did. If their client does not engage in a salacious behavior, I would not have anything salacious to file. I pick my clients. I do not pick their facts. Give me my money, bitch. No, that part was not in there. That was just in the tweet.
I wouldn't doubt it,
yeah,
though.
I know. Diddy's legal team has moved to dismiss all claims, arguing that Jones' lawsuit does not provide sufficient evidence of a RICO enterprise, fails to specify where and when any alleged sexual assault occurred, and lacks proof of threats of coercion. They also contest the breach of oral contract and emotional distress claims Jones included in his suit. Just for a second, and I don't have any reason to believe or disbelieve Lil Rod, but I do wonder if when he was in there and he was producing for him on the Love album, if he witnessed a lot of these things going down, but maybe didn't necessarily have them happen to him, but he saw so much and it was so pervasive that it was like, fuck, I can say this happened to me because probably nobody would even know the difference because there's so much of it going on. I don't know. I'm just being the devil's advocate here because typically a lot of the shit that he's been talking about also sounds a lot like what was in the filing that his ex made, that he beat. So Cassie's lawsuit. So I don't know. It's that's what I wonder because the suit with Lil Rod, there's a lot of pieces that seem believable, and then there's some chunks that don't.
And that's, the stuff that he's actually done that we know of is so off the charts, unbelievable.
Yeah.
That we have no idea what's real and what's not because anything is possible at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I honestly think something happened with Lil Rod, and I think he got the wrong attorney.
Interesting take.
And I think that attorney's not going to do him any favors. I think that they could probably defeat this attorney. He doesn't have a success rate at all, or not much of one. Just a lot of, banging the cowbell. Come look at me. And I don't know, if you're not used to having to have legal representation, and I guess you could fall for kind of a smooth talker. And maybe that's what happened here.
I just want to know when this is all going to get going because it's going to drag and drag and drag.
Well,
and, we'll forget about Diddy and then all of a sudden he's going to be arrested.
I remember that guy. No, who knows? I mean, it's a federal investigation. I think they're trying to see just how there's one of two things going on here. They're digging and they're finding that this thing is going very, very, very far and long. And there's a lot of people that they're trying to get in contact with to try and just splice this out so that they can, because you expose this right now and anybody in that circle, they're going to go silent if they're part of this sex trafficking thing. So you want to get them if they're in a place where they're not suspected or suspecting anything. So my guess is when they do go in at some point, which I can't imagine they won't, but who knows, crazier things have happened. There's going to be a lot of arrests in one day at the same time.
Yeah, everybody's going to go down.
And in lots of different places. It's going to be... I remember when Lori Loughlin was arrested with the child, the tax, or the
school admission
bribing,
thing, wasn't
the
it?
school admission bribing, yeah. And there was like 30 celebrities all arrested simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that.
It's kind of like when the waiters, like you've got a table of 6 and they bring all the entrees at once.
Yes, that's exactly how it's going to go down. But unlike Lori Loughlin, who can probably get back on Hallmark at some point in time, I don't think Diddy's ever going to get back on the charts at some point in time.
You're neck deep in a dark, twisted tale. And just as the tension peaks, bam, a commercial about some miracle diet pill breaks the spell. It's like finding a fly in your soup after the first bite. But here's the fix. True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. You get to enjoy your crime stories without the junk. Ad-free episodes, extended interviews that go beyond the surface, and early access to all the gruesome details. It's like swapping out a can of cheap beer for a glass of fine whiskey. So search for True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe and keep the darkness flowing uninterrupted.